Oh, I smell.
Ray Herrera giving a Spanish-language interview to the local press that's here to cover the matter regarding Bob Kellar and the allegedly controversial remark that he made.
Is James here? On the James Carter side.
My name is Roger Gitlin. I'm a teacher here. I live in Santa Clarita. I'd like to take this opportunity to publicly thank and congratulate City Council member Bob Kellar for his remarks at an illegal alien immigration awareness rally in Santa Clarita, January 16th.
Bob is all-American, and Bob is right. There is a law that says to be here in America, you must be here legally. As I see it, calling Bob names is a dishonest political trick, refusing to address the real issue.
What I came to realize is that Bob Kellar's comments are being taken out of context and are being used to fuel the fire of divisiveness and intolerance. Clearly, the issue of illegal immigration is huge and affects us all. It has grown to this extent due to our elected officials at all levels of government have chosen for the last 20 years to ignore the issue.
Citizens are tired of porous borders and that allow rampant drug and human trafficking.
And I would just like to state what I wrote in a letter to the editor, and I sent a copy to each council member. I think the councilman is ahead of the curve for this reason. Words change, and law-abiding American citizens who merely want our laws enforced are being abused and victimized by being called racists inaccurately. When this inaccurate, abusive word is used, it shuts down debate and avoids the real topic. That is this: people in our country unlawfully.
My personal stance is that I very much support the legal immigration of citizens from other countries. In fact, I have an enormous amount of respect for legalized citizens because gaining citizenship to the United States is not an easy thing to do. However, as we all know, life itself is not easy, and when there is something that you really want, you have to pay the price to get it. The same goes for legal immigration into this country. Yes, the price may be high, but the price for their illegal entry into this country has been made even higher for those of us who are here lawfully. We must bear the cost for those who are here illegally and are not willing to pay the price themselves. At the rally, I was inspired by many of the speakers who told stories about their own personal struggles having to do with illegal immigration. However, when Councilman Kellar spoke, I was especially moved. He spoke passionately about the problems we as a community are facing because of illegal immigration. The comments he made merely spoke to his core beliefs on what it means to him to be an American citizen. Some consider what he said to be shocking. Seriously. He was at this rally present as an individual, an American citizen. I walked away feeling grateful that a man who also happens to be a representative of the city in which I live is a proud American who cares about his community and what is happening to it and is not afraid to speak up when necessary.
Along with most everyone in this room, my friend, Councilman Bob Kellar, is, I say this loudly, no racist. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man who hosts the annual charity fundraisers for Samuel Dixon Foundation and Children's Dental Health Foundation. These organizations are noted for their work for needy Hispanic families, and Bob hosts their largest fundraisers in his home. In the heat of a public assembly, his words got jumbled. He was exercising his right of free speech. Former ex-policeman Bob Kellar is a caring individual who believes in upholding the law. A man who is against illegal immigration is not a racist. Unfortunately, our lawmakers have also made numerous other laws that counteract the enforcement of ridding our country of those here illegally. The laws that seem to be the most enforced are the ones that protect the rights of those here illegally.
I am Hispanic. I came here with my family when I was very little. We came here for a better life. I have lived in the United States for most of my life. I went to school here. I have worked very hard. I obtained my residence card. I then became a U.S. citizen. This is a country of hope, opportunity, and dreams. My dream was to have my own home, and now I have it, thanks to Bob Kellar and his help. I have known Bob Kellar for several years. Bob is kind, helpful, friendly, respectful. I believe in the American system. I participate in the American system. The legal way is the right way. Thank you for your time.
I never met Mr. Kellar until the rally. And as a matter of fact, I was the controlling entity at that rally, being that all of the audio equipment was mine, being that the idea for having a rally in Santa Clarita was mine and was passed on to some of the Sabre State members. The reason that Mr. Kellar was introduced as a councilman, well, there's no mystery to that. I was told that he wanted to speak. Roger Gitlin told me so. And I went and I talked to him, and I inquired of him if he actually was a council member, and he said yes. So I introduced him as a council member. He never asked me to do that. He was there speaking as a citizen, and he let me know that. The fact is that if he had been a pink elephant, I would have introduced him as a pink elephant. That's just the way that things are. So let that be a clarification of the point of whether he was there as a private citizen, which he was, or whether he was there as a council member. I hope we can lay that down to rest.
The issue here is illegal immigration, not immigration. That's something that has been battered around and misrepresented, especially in some of the newspaper articles. It's illegal immigration that was being addressed.
Members of the audience, my name is Berta Gonzalez Harper. I'm a 16-year resident of Canyon Country, and I've known Mr. Kellar approximately that entire time. I'm a first-generation American of Hispanic descent. I have had numerous conversations with Mr. Kellar in private, in committees, at fundraisers, you name it. Some of them a little heated. Bob can be very passionate about those things that he believes in, and guess what? So can I. Mr. Kellar has never, in any instance, been anything that any person could remotely call a racist, and I get very upset when that label is thrown around to very decent people, because they bring up a topic that we really need to discuss, and people simply want to sling mud and make it something that it's not.
The other thing that I wish to say is that we will be back and have another rally on February 27th here in Santa Clarita, and I hope all of you will attend. The situation in the United States is beyond anybody bearing it any longer. The political dynamic has changed. Ever since we found out that we are broke, it's not just those of us who were passionate about illegal immigration, but everybody else who is now looking at illegal immigration, because by golly, so many Americans are unemployed, they're living in their cars, and yet they're still being forced to pay for the birth of illegal alien babies at our hospitals by our federal government. They're being forced to give monies to their children so they can have food while American citizens don't have enough. This body has got to get it together. The future stands with the American people.